I'm going to show you today how to make chocolate matcha energy balls. These are super fast, super easy, no bake treats. They're gluten-free, relatively healthy, even though they taste like cookies, so they're delicious enough to use as a treat for Easter or Passover. I love having them for breakfast or as a snack. So these are ingredients that you probably have on hand. This is just what I had in my pantry. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio for most of the ingredients, so it's pretty easy. What we do is we add a 1/4 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. We add a 1/4 cup of oats, whatever you have. I'm using steel cut, you can use rolled. 1/4 cup of flaxseed meal. If you only have flax seeds, you can grind them up in your blender. Going to use a 1/4 cup of nut butter. I'm using almond butter. If you only have nuts and not nut butter, you can grind them up yourself in a food processor or blender in your house, and then add just a tablespoon or 2 of milk substitute, or even just water to help hydrate it enough to make the ball stick together. I'm also adding 3 tablespoons of sticky sugar. I'm using maple syrup and honey because I think it tastes good. You can add as much or as little sugar as you want to get these to the sweetness you prefer. If you don't happen to have a sticky sugar that helps it stick together, you can use granulated, you can use brown sugar, but again, just add that tablespoon or 2 of your liquid of choice to help get it to stick. Of course, I'm also adding some caliper. I get about 3 servings of this, so I'll be adding 2 more packets, but to save you the angst of watching me rip and pour them, I've pre-poured. And then you just mix it all together. It might seem like it's not going to come together at first, but it will. Just give it a little bit of elbow grease. Now, if you have added some liquid to this, then it'll taste a little bit more like balls of batter than straight cookies, which is also delicious. I do suggest that you chill the batter for about 15 minutes before you roll it into balls if you've added some liquid, just to help it stick to your hands less. You can also roll it in some sugar. I used powdered sugar the first time I made these, which helps keep them, if they are a little sticky on the outside, from sticking to your plates or hands. If you find it's still a little bit too solid to come together, add that liquid. All right, we've got the energy balls on the plate. You might be wondering, where the heck does this matcha come in? I did not forget about it. I add it to the top of the balls. I just sprinkle it over. It adds a really nice counterpoint to that sweetness of the cocoa and honey and maple syrup. I use a fine meshed sieve to get a nice distribution of the powder over the tops of all the balls. You can just put a little bit into the sieve and then tap the edges, and it'll give you a lovely, evenly dispersed coating. And there's the finished product, done in about 15 minutes. If you think these sound good, check out our blog for the full recipe and ideas on variations. Happy Easter and happy Passover.